The snakes and other reptiles. Whoop whoop what the Alright, let's turn the brightness sound. Snakes and other reptiles. So how about we get started? Alright, firstly, about these snakes, people, there are just some sort of misconceptions that we might ever perceive of them. Firstly, they are gentle creatures, and they're pretty much good. They will treat you nicely unless they think you're red, which is high chances that they will. And so, how about we just get started on it? Now, let's talk about the types of snakes first. Firstly, there are the rattlesnakes, then python. No, not the computer language python. The python that is not poisonous and will strangle you to death. That's how he eats. Water monocassins, boas, anacondas, a type of boa, and the king cobra snake. Now, yeah, there are ways to act. Each of these have one of their ways to actually kill someone. Now, some of them, like the python, are not poisonous, but that doesn't mean they're still dangerous. It's the python, for example, strangles its victim to death and eats it. Like a little seesaw on its menu. Seesaw menu, seesaw menu, seesaw menu. Yeah, sort of like that. Okay. Oh yeah, also there are these types called vipers. And they are poisonous. So then, how do we create a medicine, basically anti-venoms, against these snake bites? Well, that's how you do it. Extract some snake venom from that person, from the snake. And once you got the venom, you inject little bits of it into an animal's blood, such as like a cow or a sheep or something, and the DNA will alternately change so that it will be immune to this venom. Then extract it out and put it in as a vaccine. Sounds like how they create the original vaccine. Oh yeah. And almost all venomous snakes, no, not like the Spider-Man venom, venomous snakes are called vipers. No, not vespers or the 39 clues, vipers. Okay, why is everybody confusing this with books? Okay, and also they have long curved fangs in front of their upper jaws, and they're really poisonous. When not in use, their fangs fall back and lie flat. Yeah. And cobras, a group of cobras is called a quiver. Just random fact right over here. And there are a lot of different types of snakes, but the best way to learn is to actually search it for yourself. Actually, I said know a little something else in the process. Wow. And then literally a lot of snakes happen. But now that this is also about other reptiles, let's talk about lizards. Okay, so lizards are closely related to snakes. Lizards are like legged snakes, except they're a little shorter. And they're really good, and they're really cool. There are a lot of types, like the Komodo dragon, the largest lizard in the world. The basilisk lizard, which can run across water. Yes, literally. Like, it makes air bubbles right under, and before it pops, it lunges up, creates another air bubble. Once it lunges, it creates another air bubble, which gives it support. Before it pops, it lands again, like really fast, like a little blur. Faster than what my head is doing. Yes, literally. And that's why it can walk on water. Wow. And so it's pretty much an awesome invention of this basilisk. Now the basilisk is an awesome animal because of all the things it might be able to do. Also, there's this gliding lizard who has skin on either sides of his body, like gliders from the Homecoming Spider-Man movie, that acts as sails as it glides through the air. It's like the flying squirrel, except this is like a flying gliding lizard. Yeah. And also there are Gila monsters. Gila monsters, really, really awesome. Have venomous bites, and so do Komodo dragons and the beaded lizards. So do not mess with a Gila monster, or it will attack you. And also, obviously, we can never ever forget these guys. Whoa. We can never ever forget these guys. Chameleons. Chameleons are really important to this story because of a lot of things it does with each other. And now that that's said, there are a lot of things they do with each other. I mean, the Gila monsters are cool, but the chameleon is cool because it can camouflage itself, and its body temperature is like the same as the environment, so nobody would eat it. And also, we can never forget iguanas. A fun fact, there were a lot of iguanas in a garden of a man's house. The man thought all the iguanas were dead. And when he put them into his warm car, they revived. Think of the shock he might have got when he realized they were alive. What? Ba. Alright, no, I did not say poopacabra. I wish I would. I did. So, yeah. And then, it sort of happens to do a lot of things. Okay, so what now? Let's talk about crocodilians. Now, crocodilians and crocodiles are the same thing. It's just that crocodiles is a type of crocodilian. Alligators is a type of crocodilian too. But what is the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Now, let's see. Let's use this. Zoom in. Alright. So this is an alligator. Alligators are typically at least to me, look like their mouths have the letter A on there. Yeah, it looks like they have a little A on there. And also crocodiles, right here. Found them. They're like have flatter noses or something like flatter. Well, the alligators seem to have like more rounded ones. At least the May. Also, they find prey, and there are a lot of myths of it. There's even this myth that says that there was this guy named Gustav who said was able to kill 300 people per year. I mean, they never caught it, so what's their proof? A lot of people tried to catch it, and, well, try to use it, try to make themselves into fame, but no one, also according to experts, have ever found it. Experts even say that it's just a hoax that people created long ago and that people just went into believing it. Such people. But now let's talk about turtles and tortoises. The turtles and tortoises, they have been here for over 200 million years. And there's a lot of differences. Now turtles are those like turtles live in the sea or the waters, while tortoises mainly live on land. They can go into shallow parts of the waters, but they mainly are on land. That's what's the difference between turtles and tortoises. And these are pretty much about it. Sea turtles spend most of their lives at sea. Only females only leave when they lay their eggs. They go to the beach, lay their eggs, bury them, sometimes get eaten by poachers, sometimes get eaten by gulls, but when they hatch, a lot of people say that they follow the sun to get there. Usually they don't, some of them don't make it, but some of them do. And those lucky few are done. There are reports of turtles, baby turtles, waddling all the way to houses near the beach because the lights were bright. Imagine they had to be adopted. Yeah. And sea turtles can lay a whopping 150 eggs at a time. And only a few survive. That's the majority. Also, snapping turtles have a powerful bite, so don't even think of touching one of them, especially their mouths. And there are a lot of these things, and there are a lot of Chinese turtle myths. It was said that Chinese writing was discovered by a god, this name called Fuxi, by examining turtles. He examined them, and then he saw characters of the Chinese letters. And then he said, today, from now on, we will use this as our writing. I don't really think that I don't even think how they made up this very complicated system. And Fuxi, he's a mythical, so he probably didn't. I mean, King Sejong was probably the only ruler to ever known to actually officially create Korean. He's not a myth, but Fuxi, I'm not really sure about him, but okay, all those religious Chinese people, I am not offending you guys. And if we keep up this deforestation and dehabitation, then we will probably not ever see some of these reptiles that we know today properly. Some of them might go extinct. Maybe just in a few decades. They might go extinct if we keep on doing the ways we're doing right now. But then, what's the other point? So this is the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you learned something new, well, according to me, all about reptiles, then tell me in the comments below. Snan out and peace.